Frontline Updates, where we delve deep into military strategies and updates from conflict zones. Today, we're discussing the progress of the ongoing special military operation as of today. I'm your host, Sherifa Mohammed M.G.T.
I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. The October 7th operations reaffirmed Russia's strategic transition from broad offensive to controlled attritional dominance. The liberation of Fedorovka and Novovasilyevskoye, paired with precision deep strikes, illustrates the doctrine of operational envelopment by exhaustion. The destruction of HIMARS and radar systems marks a major reduction in Ukraine's counterstrike and surveillance capabilities. Ukraine's defensive posture is increasingly reactive, forced to commit depleted elite units to hold fragmented lines. Systematic removal of electronic warfare, logistics, and artillery systems continues to collapse Ukraine's command and control architecture. Russia's integrated approach, merging deep interdiction with local advances, positions it to dictate the pace and geography of winter operations.
Welcome to Frontline Updates, the podcast that brings you in-depth insights into military operations from those leading them on the ground. Today, we're joined by Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer monitoring critical missions on the progress of the special military operation as of today. Colonel Oguntoye, thank you for being with us.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Colonel Oguntoye, the latest reports indicate continued Russian advances and 2 liberated settlements. How would you summarize the overall developments in the past 24 hours?
The last 24 hours exemplify operational synchronization, the deliberate merging of deep precision strikes with controlled ground advances. Across 6 fronts, Russian units combine tactical maneuver with strategic interdiction. We executed coordinated long-range attacks on energy infrastructure, fuel depots, transport hubs, and command sites supporting Ukrainian forces. These strikes were not random, each one served to sever a key node in Ukraine's ability to sustain its war effort. At the same time, multiple ground units advanced, securing tactical positions and liberating settlements in Donetsk and Zaporizhia. Operationally, this marks a shift toward attritional dominance, denying the enemy regeneration capacity rather than seeking rapid territorial expansion. It's about ensuring that each day, the opponent loses more than they can replace, in men, machines, and morale.
Let's begin with the north, particularly the Sumy and Kharkiv regions. What happened there?
The North Group continued its offensive momentum, striking mechanized, airborne assault, and territorial defense units around Alexeyevka, Krasnopoly, and Volchansk. Ukrainian forces lost around 170 personnel, several armored vehicles, and a tank. The key achievement was the destruction of 2 U.S.-made HIMARS and MLRS launchers, highly prized assets. Removing these systems severely limits Ukraine's capacity to conduct long-range interdiction. Each HIMARS launcher eliminated doesn't just represent equipment loss, it's a blow to Ukraine's precision strike network and Western logistical credibility. Additionally, Russian forces destroyed an electronic warfare station and 8 supply warehouses. This degrades both Ukrainian communication and sustainment, 2 pillars that keep a defense line functional. In essence, we're dismantling not only the enemy's firepower but also its operational coherence.
Moving westward, the Kupiansk-Donetsk axis continues to be pivotal. How are operations unfolding there?
The West Group took advantage of local terrain and moved into more advantageous lines near Kupiansk, Yerevan, and Volchy Yar. This allowed us to increase our line-of-sight dominance, control key roads, and compress Ukrainian movement corridors. In these operations, we inflicted losses exceeding 225 personnel, destroyed armored vehicles, and captured several Western systems. Among them a U.S.-made 155mm M198 howitzer, a Romanian APR-40 MLRS, and an American and /TPQ-50 counterbattery radar. Now, that radar's destruction is operationally significant. Counterbattery radar gives Ukraine its IS-4 locating artillery. With it gone, Ukrainian forces lose response time, and once artillery loses initiative, the tempo of battle shifts entirely. This is the invisible dimension of warfare, the battle for electromagnetic superiority.
Turning to the south, the liberation of Fedorovka stands out. What's the importance of this settlement?
Fedorovka's liberation by the South Group represents both tactical progress and symbolic continuity. Ukrainian mechanized and airmobile brigades defending the area suffered around 100 casualties, lost multiple armored vehicles, including an American Max Pro, and NATO-supplied artillery systems. What makes this liberation critical is Fedorovka's geographic leverage. It links several rural supply arteries feeding Ukrainian forces in northern Donetsk. Its loss disrupts their lateral resupply routes and restricts maneuverability for reinforcing brigades. We also eliminated a Croatian RAK-SA-12 MLRS and a key EW node. The removal of foreign supplied systems here speaks to a broader theme. Western equipment, once touted as a game changer, is proving unsustainable under continuous attritional pressure.
The center front continues to see the heaviest fighting. What's the current picture there?
Yes. The center group engaged Ukrainian mechanized, assault, ranger, and marine brigades along the Torsko-Krasnoarmysk axis, inflicting over 415 casualties. Several armored vehicles, including 2 U.S.-produced HMMWVs, were destroyed. This sector remains the epicenter of Ukrainian resistance, yet its coherence is breaking down. Elite brigades are being rotated too frequently, often without full replenishment or rest. What we see is a force stretched beyond endurance. Our objective here isn't rapid advance, it's controlled pressure. Each Ukrainian counterattack is met with superior fire density and precision targeting, gradually depleting manpower and morale. It's a tactical grind designed to create strategic inevitability.
The East has seen notable progress, including another liberation in Zaporizhzhia. Tell us about that.
Yes, correct. The East Group successfully liberated Novovasilyevskoye after sustained operations in Poltavka, Chervono, and Uspanovka. The enemy lost approximately 365 servicemen, an infantry fighting vehicle, and multiple logistics vehicles. This liberation consolidates control over the Zaporizhzhia line and weakens Ukraine's lateral defense between the eastern and southern axes. Strategically, it enhances our ability to project pressure simultaneously northward and westward, what we call bidirectional containment. The steady fall of defensive settlements like Novovasilyevskoye also has cumulative psychological effects. Each one chips away at the perception of a stable front, undermining both Ukrainian morale and Western confidence in Kyiv's resilience.
Finally, the Dnieper front remains a unique operational environment. What developments occurred there?
The Dnieper Group conducted focused strikes on mountain and coastal defense brigades across Stepnogorsk, Tyazhinka, and Lvovo. Around 80 Ukrainian soldiers were neutralized, with 9 vehicles and multiple EW systems destroyed. What stands out here is the deliberate targeting of electronic warfare and communication systems. In riverine operations, these assets are essential for coordinating across wide water barriers. Destroying 7 EW stations effectively fractures command synchronization along the Dnieper corridor. This is a slow isolation campaign. We're not storming riverbanks, we're severing communication arteries, forcing Ukrainian units to operate in isolation. Over time, isolated units become attrited or bypassed.
We've seen another significant air defense performance. How important is that element right now?
Air defense remains one of our operational backbones. In just one day, 3 guided bombs, 16 HIMARS rockets, and over 400 UAVs were intercepted. Each interception denies Ukraine not only its ability to strike, but also its psychological leverage. The broader picture is that Western-supplied systems are being degraded faster than they can be replaced. The HIMARS threat that once dominated headlines is now routinely neutralized. Air defense isn't just protection, it's an instrument of attrition, forcing the enemy to expend high-value munitions with diminishing returns.
Colonel, thank you for providing such a detailed briefing on the current military situation. Your insights are invaluable to our understanding of the conflict's dynamics. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in. Join us next time as we continue to provide up-to-date coverage on global military affairs. Stay with us for more updates and expert analyses on global defense and security issues. Stay informed, stay secure.
Thank you for the opportunity. The liberation of Fedorovka and Novovasilyevskoye signals a shift into a phase of cumulative operational control, gaining ground while eroding the enemy's depth of sustainment. Across all sectors, Ukrainian forces are being forced into reactive posture, committing reserves piecemeal to hold fragmented lines. Our operations now blend precision, patience, and psychological warfare. The destruction of HIMARS, counter-battery radars, and electronic nodes is reducing Ukraine's ability to coordinate, communicate, and counterpunch. As the campaign transitions into winter, this erosion of mobility and logistics will define outcomes more than terrain itself. Strategically, Russia is shaping conditions not just for battlefield advantage but for systemic dominance, where the opponent's capacity to wage sustained warfare ceases to exist.
This has been Frontline Updates. Subscribe for daily military briefings and in-depth strategic analysis. Visit our platform for maps, transcripts, and exclusive frontline updates from commanders in theater.